ESPN has done their quarterback ratings for over the last year and heading into this season. The first ones are easy. That's very easy to say. Aaron Rodgers is number 1, Mahomes is number 2, Allen's number 3, Brady's 4, Burrow is 5. That one's a little shocking, but I'll allow it. Stafford is 6. Again, a little shocking, but I'll allow it. 7th is Herbert. 8th is Wilson. That's where I'm going to stop for a second. 10th is Dak Prescott. We're going to stop there for a minute after. But the number 9 is DeSean Watson. Now, I wouldn't have a problem with this if DeSean Watson actually played last year. But that's my point. He did not play. And you're telling me Lamar Jackson, who was the MVP not too long ago, is not on this list. You put DeSean Watson over Lamar Jackson. Watson may not even play this year. We haven't gotten any information on what happened. But he may not even play. And if DeSean Watson hasn't even played, why is he on this list? Now, you ask, well, why am I pausing after Prescott? I'm a Cowboys fan. It's not because he's low. It's not because he's too high. It's because his deserves to be on this list because he had a career year. And a lot of these guys have had career years. That's what I think of a top 10 list. You have to have a career year. They also put on this list Derek Carr as a honorable mention. It's kind of hard to say that he's an honorable mention. I mean, he is good. I won't dispute that. But if Lamar Jackson's not an honorable mention and Derek Carr is, there's a problem. And if Watson's on this list and he actually made the list, there's a big problem with this list. Ex-Vikings linebacker Ben Leber, sorry if I mispronounced that, was talking on a podcast about Mike Zimmer and Kirk Cousins' relationship for the years that they were together. And he said Zimmer did not like Kirk Cousins. He didn't really go in detail of why. He just said they did not have a good relationship. Now, it kind of depends on what the relationship was. Was Cousins' relationship more of a kind of Tom Brady, Belichick relationship with Zimmer where they didn't get close connected because they didn't need to be. They didn't need to be like, hey, after this, let's go drink some wine together. Like, no, that's not how it was. Or was it just, no, we were not together. We just did not like being around each other. That could also have been the case. I think it's the latter, but I think Zimmer didn't care for Kirk Cousins. He tried to replace him, but then saw there was not anything really that he could replace. I mean, Cousins was also getting fully guaranteed contracts. Not really much you can do. The Browns, according to a report, if Watson is suspended, they will look to sign a new quarterback via trade or via free agency. Duh. That's all I can say. Duh. Like, Jacoby Brissett is not going to be my guy for long term. I can't. He's not terrible. And he learns the offense quickly. That's good. But he's not going to be my quarterback long term if Watson misses a year. That can't happen. If he misses 10 plus games, that can't happen. So, it's not shocking that that's what they said. But it's also on the Browns, they paid him fully guaranteed money. So even if something bad happens to him, he gets the money anyway. The only way he does not get the money, and it wouldn't even take case in for the first 3 years would be if there's a new incident after the 3 years that the Browns were not aware of. And unless that happens, he gets his money no matter what. Except he won't get $46 million, he'll get $45. That's it. So he'll get $90 million instead of $92 million. We have 2 birthdays from Pro Football Hall of Famers this past week, as Barry Sanders turned 54 and Jimmy Johnson turned 79. The great thing about Barry Sanders was saying, like, when you are as athletic as Barry Sanders was and as talented as Barry Sanders was, you thought you could get yourself out of any situation. Here's a surprising record that actually Barry Sanders does have. He led the NFL for so long in scrimmage yardage and rushing yardage, but he also leads the NFL in yards behind the line of scrimmage. And in fact, actually losing yards behind the line of scrimmage, he leads the NFL. It's a crazy thing. Jimmy Johnson was with the Cowboys, won 2 Super Bowls, went to the Dolphins, and then was like, no, I'm done. Jimmy Johnson, people were saying about Jimmy Johnson is, you know Jimmy now. If you know him now, he's not the same as he was coaching. Jimmy now is so calm and relaxed. When he would coach, it was like the blinders were down. He was so focused on what he was doing. But congratulations to both Barry Sanders and Jimmy Johnson on their birthday. Jessie Bates, to finish off, Jessie Bates did not sign his contract, and so he has 8 trade possibilities: Jets, Commanders, 49ers, Colts, Patriots, Raiders, Cowboys, Eagles. Cowboys, Patriots, I don't think is going to happen, but everyone else is wide open. Former Cowboy and Steelers wide receiver Ryan Switzer retires at the age of 27 after 5 years in the NFL. Played with the Cleveland Browns last year. He was a decent player, got hurt. He said that's why he was retiring, because his injury would not allow him to play the same anymore. Sometimes that happens and injuries do occur. Just do with it the best you can.